Y'all know what time it is, man. We leave the same way we come in. We come in the same way we leave. Make sure y'all stay relentless in y'all pursuit to self-improve, to be 1% better every day. And always keep the Most High first. Always. Now, know y'all ain't seen my face in a minute, man, but life be lifing, you know what I'm saying? God got responsibilities and things of that nature, but I still been doing my readings after just got through reading. I actually just got through reading the book of Jeremiah, very long book, and I learned a lot of things and how it resonates with me in this way. Um, it basically resonates with me, especially that first chapter, the first book, the call from Christ to Jeremiah. Uh, Basically, I knew you since your mother's womb. I knew that you was great. In a roundabout way, he said, I knew you since your mother's womb. You was called to do great things, and it came with a lot. It comes with a lot of persecution. It comes with a lot of backbiting, gossiping. It comes with a lot of slander, smear campaigns. Um, what else it comes with? It comes with a lot of gang stalking. Um, as Christ was. As you read the book of Matthew as well, I talked about it a little bit that Christ was even gang stalked on his journey as well. Um, but Jeremiah resonates with me in this way because I knew you since your mother's womb. And Jeremiah, throughout the whole book, was basically used by the Most High, a prophet, that was used by the Most High uh, to basically what was basically used to judge, the corrupted people of Israel. You know, Folly, idolatry, adultery, false prophets, you name it. And it came with a lot of persecution with Jeremiah. He almost had a near-death experience. You know what I'm saying? And he actually, and along his journey, he also had to forgive certain people too. And a lot of those people that went against the Most High, they got judged. People, lying prophets, false prophets, they got killed. A lot of them got killed. I can't think of them off the bat, but a lot of them got killed due to their works, and got persecuted due to their works of of the lies, false prophets, backbiting, gossiping, all the things, corrupted people, sinning, and things of that nature. They got destroyed at the end, and at the end of the book, he was basically using Jeremiah to basically judge all the nations, destroyed all of them. Jerusalem, Moab, and it was a couple of more as well. And it was another one, Babylon as well. We living in Babylon right now. But it resonates with me in this way, y'all. Like once, I'm gonna get deep. And December 23rd, 2005 was when I lost my father. Of course, around the holidays and things of that nature, the quote unquote holidays, right? Um, a time where we're supposed to be around family and loved ones. And I lost my father that night. And I actually witnessed that. I actually witnessed my father get stabbed. And it changed my perspective on life in more ways than one, like mentally, emotionally, not knowing as a child that I was suppressing a lot of that, but I just didn't know how to release it or deal with it. You don't know how to deal with certain things like that growing up in society and trying to macerate to become a man in the world. Then not to mention you have people as it is beating you up and tearing you down behind your back, and you got to deal with all those things too. So for the lack of better terms, you can make an argument that I was kind of persecuted as a child, due to people misunderstanding, not knowing, and some people like to pick on people or think they can pick on people because they think they weak, and the Most High God doesn't raise up any weak people in this faith. There's no weak people that's walking this path and um, walking with the Most High. Many are called, on the few are chosen. So what I went through in my life and seeing that, and it was very unfortunate, but it had to happen because it made me more bold and courageous to walk in this truth, and also to let people know to always Never stop showing up for yourself, no matter how hard this life gets, man. It's always light. It's always light at the end of the tunnel. It's like it may not make sense when you're going through it, but it will. You got to keep going, man. Got to keep striving. Got to try to be 1% better, as I preach every day. That's all this sees. Is if you got the spirit of repentance on you, day in and day out, and you working day in and day out to be closer to God, man, that's all you can do. Um, God doesn't. And another thing is this: God. People say faith without works is dead, and it is true. But we don't get to heaven or to the kingdom of heaven, which is our works alone. It's for the Lord's name's sake. God judges the heart. So a lot of people try to look at external things, or whether it be the jewelry or things of that nature, and the tattoos and things. God knows the heart. You know what I'm saying? And God judges the confines of the heart, your character. It doesn't matter about all the other the external things. So that right there, it made me who I am today. And as painful as it was, I wouldn't change it, because it made me stronger mentally and physically to handle whatever life throws at me. And life is hard. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be easy, especially the more gifted that you are as a person, the more and more people that's going to misunderstand you. And so yeah, the book of Jeremiah, man, it goes real deep about persecution, and it goes deep about he was basically putting his life on the line for the Most High, but the Most High always kept him protected through the wedge of the Most High kept him protected through that wedge of him. And you know, the book of Psalms talks about it: no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. If you walk in lockstep with God, and you carrying that cross every day, and you stand in that word, and you stand in that faith, and you stand in that truth, God gonna protect his children at all times. And God, and one thing about that experience, y'all, I went through my level of persecution, like I said, as a child, being misunderstood, talked about, things of that nature. But it also showed me who was meant. It also showed me who wasn't meant to walk with me on this journey either. It showed me that. It showed me that this path ain't for the weak, because when you walk in this path, you're gonna have to leave people behind. And it's painful. It's not easy at all. Like, Lord knows, like, I can vouch and say it right now that it's not easy at all. But the Bible talks about this. If you love mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, uncle more than me, then you're not worthy of me. That's what the Bible says. You know, and sometimes, man, the truth make people uncomfortable sometimes. But that's the reason why Jeremiah was making a lot of enemies. That's one of the main reasons Christ was making a lot of enemies, because I can't remember what book it was in, but it says that, have I therefore become your enemy because I told you the truth? You will make enemies telling people the truth. Sometimes God will speak through you to someone else, you know, and you're going to offend people. And most people in this life, man, a lot of people going to be jealous. And a lot of people as well was jealous of Jeremiah's relationship with the Creator. That's where the lying prophets came in. And that's when people that were trying to act like that the Most High was, that they was walking with the Most High. The Most High was working through them, but the Most High instantly judged them, and it led to their demise. You know what I'm saying? False prophets, lying prophets, all in the book of Jeremiah as well, and it talks about it as well in the book of Matthew too. But you know, true soldiers of the Most High. That's the reason why, like, when you're on this journey, when you're on this life, man, it's like, I made a video as well, because all this stuff ties into a lot of this stuff, man, about my father and things of that nature. Most people didn't know, especially growing up, because I didn't know how to suppress that type of stuff when you were a child. You don't know any better. You really don't. You know, you still going through the motions, and you don't want to burden your mom because she's already dealing with a lot as it is. So I suppressed a lot of those things. Not knowingly I was doing it, y'all. Like, I didn't know how I was able to formulate a sentence even then. And like, now becoming a father, it just gave me a different outlook on life. Like, it changed my whole trajectory on life. And my father, he wasn't the perfect man, but he loved his kids. You know, He loved all. He had my father had a total of 6 kids biologically. Well, 5 biologically, 6 kids. But he loved all 6 of his kids, and there wasn't none that he wouldn't do for neither one of us. So he had a good heart on him, but he was tired, man. He went through a lot, and his story goes a long, deep way that I'm not gonna really get too much into. But it was a lot, man, and I just feel like that certain torches get passed on. Uh, certain torches get passed on, unfortunately, in that particular way, due to certain lifestyles and people that you keep around you. But walking in this faith, y'all, it's hard. But if you're not able to eliminate certain people and certain things from your life, or it's like I said, it's hard. It's easier said than done. But uh, many are called for this, and only few are chosen. The weak gonna fall, and the strong gonna survive. And most people are not ready for the persecution of walking this path. God prepared this for me when I was a child. And not knowing that, it didn't make sense at all, y'all, growing up. But I say all that to say this: like, I made a video a couple of months ago, or a month ago, talking about it's a time for everything, and I was talking about is in the book of Ecclesiastes, and it talks about it's a time for war and it's a time for hate, it's a time for love, it's a time for peace, it's a time for everything under the sun. We are currently in a spiritual war right now. God is separating the wheat from the tares, so it's best to stay prayed up as much as you can before you leave the house. To stay prayed up in general when you leave the house, when you wake up, certain parts of the night. You know what I'm saying? You have to pray. You have to stay in constant prayer each and every day to fight this war that we in as well. And there's also certain other things that you have to do as well during this spiritual warfare at all. It's a lot that come with it. It's a lot of it comes with a lot of sacrifice to fight this spiritual war that we in. But the Most High hates evil, and sometimes the God may use people to say certain things, and it's gonna cause a ruckus. It's gonna cause enemies. It's gonna cause people to hate from a distance. But sometimes in life, you have to fight for yours, and you have to fight. And sometimes it comes with fighting with your. Sometimes you have to fight for your reputation too, spiritually, because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against wickedness and principalities. So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal; they're spiritual. And sometimes you have to fight spiritually, and that's what I had to do in more ways than one. Was fight spiritually in different ways, because God talks to me in more ways than one, man. And yeah, and certain, I don't like the steps of the righteous are through the Most High. They're calculated, as I should say. But yeah, it's a time for everything under the sun, y'all. And oftentimes in life we do get taught passive doctrines that you're supposed to just take everything laying down. But when you're walking with the Most High, you're supposed to use your spiritual authority. And that if you walk in lockstep with the Most High, man, it's not nothing in this life is gonna stop your purpose. It's not nothing's gonna stop your mission. Weapons will be formed against you, but they won't prosper at all. So that's one of the main things I learned about Jeremiah, man. Like, all the weapons was formed against him, but they didn't prosper because he had the shield of the Most High on him, the Most High God on him. And he was able to fulfill his purpose. He was able to judge all the kingdoms, all the corrupted Israel due to their sinning and and things of that nature. And he was able to fulfill his purpose that God had made for him. But God uses certain people to fight evil, and Jeremiah was one of those people that he used to fight evil, and it almost cost him his life as well. But he was protected and shielded by the Most High God, man. So this journey, it's hard, but it comes with a lot of self-sacrifice. You have to be austere, you have to be tough, and you have to stand on your convictions. It comes with a lot, but We like Most High's people, we built for it. You know, we built for it. You know, he been training. He's been doing this training with us since since we came out of our parents' womb. So we built for whatever comes our way, man. Like God ain't raising up no weak believers. He didn't raise up any weak people. And going through all of what I went through in my life, man, it was hard. And I didn't understand it at all. I just thought that it was something wrong with me. But it was that light. It was that light, man. And I didn't know. My mom always used to tell me that too, but I never understood that. Like, what you mean by light? Like, I don't understand. I don't know. But, you know, me and my sister, like, we suffered a lot to get to where we at. And, but God always finds a way to protect his people in more ways than one. And in more ways than one. And anybody that's watching this video that's going through any persecution or currently going through any persecution of life, man, just stay steadfast and long suffering. It may not make sense when you're going through it, but if you walk in lockstep with the Most High, he will make all your paths straight. That's all I got, y'all, for this video, man. That's about the book of Jeremiah. I got more content on the way for y'all coming soon. Y'all know what time it is. We come in the same way we leave. We leave the same way we come in. Make sure y'all stay relentless in y'all pursuit. Self-improve. To be 1% better every day. And always keep the Most High first. To the next video. I love you all. Peace.